welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a tutorial, and today's tutorial is actually going to be a hair and makeup tutorial for you guys. I've been getting a lot of requests from you guys to do an everyday makeup look or a back to school makeup look, and being that it is time to go back to school, I wanted to do something budget friendly because I know that when I was going to school, a lot of the makeup that I had was drugstore. I had few products that were here and there from MAC Makeup, or Estee Lauder or Lancome, but it was whatever my mom would have and then I would steal from her. But for the most part, everything was pretty budget friendly. So I kind of wanted to do something in the same scenario for you guys, and I kind of also wanted to do a look that my subscribers who don't go to school but still want something that's for an everyday look could do. So I hope you guys like it. It is a very neutral look. It's a very wearable look. You guys can do it in the day, you guys can do it in the night, you guys can wear it in the day, into the night. This is a very versatile look, and I hope you guys like it. So if you guys haven't hit that subscribe button yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. If you guys have any other comments or questions about anything that I've used, any questions or comments about any other products, go ahead and leave everything down below. Otherwise, we're gonna jump right on in.
Alright you guys, so let's do this. The first thing I'm going to do is just put a little bit of chapstick on because my lips are super chapped, and then I'm going to go in and I'm going to prime my face, and of course I have this like massive third eye on my forehead. Just decided to come. I don't know why. Who knows? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spot conceal, because obviously you guys can see that that third eye on my forehead needs to be covered as much as possible. So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to color correct with the green, and then I'm going to use the two foundations that I typically tend to mix together, and I'm just going to buff that right into my skin. So I am going to do my brows off camera, but I did want to show you guys exactly what I'm going to be using, and then I wanted to go in and start concealing. So I am going to use my fingers to really blend this out, and I'm not doing a whole highlighting routine. I'm just going the areas where I have some darkness under my eyes, and then I'm going to use my same foundation brush to blend it out. Then I'm going to go in with the Stay Matte by Rimmel, and I'm going to use a beauty blender to actually push that into my skin, and that's actually going to set my makeup, and I use this quite a few times and I really like it. And then I'm just going to take a little bit more of that concealer and I'm just going to put it right on my nose. I'm not going to highlight my forehead today because I got that pimple, you know, so I really don't want to highlight that area and bring more attention to it. It's just not necessary. So I'm just going to take a little bit of powder because it is a little bit lighter, and I'm just going to use that to kind of highlight that area as well as my chin. And then just to set the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with the Infallible Pro Matte, and I'm really using a very light dusting of this. So to bronze my face, which is all I'm going to be doing today, because in school, that's what I did. I only bronzed my face. I had no idea what contouring was or anything like that. Just bronzed my face. It was good enough. Did I do it like this? Probably not. But for blush, I'm going to be using this new Revolution blush palette, Makeup Revolution blush palette. Oh my god, you guys, I'm obsessed with this. I just found it at Ulta and I love it. It was like $7 or $8 and the pigmentation is awesome. And then to highlight, I'm going to use my finger on this ColourPop highlighter, which is in Spoon, and I'm just going to put it right over my cheekbone area, right on the tip of my nose, and then right on the bridge, and a little bit over my brows just to add a little more lift to them, and then just a little bit over my lips because you guys know my lips are really shriveled and raisin-like. So now we're going to move into the eyes, and I'm going to be taking this Fergie palette and I'm going to use that lightest shade, and I'm just going to dust that all over my lid. I am going to go in with the Morphe palette, and I'm using a Morphe palette because I know that these shadows are still affordable if you buy them in the single sets. I believe they're like $2 or something like that, so you can't find them, but if not, use whatever shadow you like. I just wanted to use this one. And then to darken the outer corner, I'm going to use that dark brown shade, and I'm just going to put this right on the outer corner of my eye. And this is what I used to use. I used to use just a really dark brown, and then you take it as dark as you want or as light as you want and kind of create it to how you want. And then taking that same color, I'm just going to run it on my lower lash line. And then I'm going to buff it out just a little bit more just so that's not so harsh. But what I'm going to do is a wing. Now this is probably the smallest wing I've ever done. I'm not going to lie. I was like watching myself and I was laughing because I was like, oh my gosh. But because my lashes aren't very long, I don't want to do a very thick wing because it's going to look all weird. And of course I messed up because thin wings just really don't work for me. I don't know how to do them. It's really weird. But I'm going to use a black liner on the top of my lash line, and then I'm going to darken it up just a little bit. Like I said, it's all personal preference. If you like it a little bit lighter, go right ahead. And then I'm going to do a couple pumps with the eyelash curler, and I'm going to just coat my lashes like crazy. I do go in with a clean spoolie before I do mascara, just so that I can make sure that any clumps or anything that was left over from the day before are all out of my lashes. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to put some black liner on my waterline. I used to use black liner like it was going out of style in high school, and so I just figured I'd do it for this tutorial. But if you guys aren't into it, then just do cream or whatever white liner that you would like to use. So for my inner corner, I am going to use a milk base before I set it with this, what is it, this Vanilla Shadow by L'Oreal, because it's going to help make it last a little bit longer. That way throughout the day it doesn't fade away. And then for a lip liner, I'm going to go in with this Essence lip liner. And I'm just going to run it around my lips, and then I'm going to top it with this Maybelline lipstick. I believe this is in Touchable Taupe. And then to top it off, I'm going to go in with Almay lip gloss. I love these lip glosses. I wish that people would give them more credit. I love them so much. And then just one more time, I'm going to curl my lashes, because my lashes will fall in a drop of a hat. So now we're going to move on to the hair. I am just going to take a little bit of dry shampoo, and I'm going to run it right into my hair. My hair wasn't that greasy today. It was like second day hair, but it still needed just a little bit of oomph, if you know what I mean. So I'm just going to clip it back, and then I'm going to go in with my 2-inch curling iron, and this is by Hot Tools. And I'm going to take it, and I'm going to take about, I'd say like a half an inch to an inch sections, and I'm going to curl them in opposite directions. So like you see here, I'm curling it towards my face, the other one is going to go away from my face, and so forth. And I'm not setting it with hairspray, because I want these curls to be loose and kind of just wave like. I don't want them to be set like this all day. And as you guys can see, any hairs that are near my face, I like to push them away from my face. I don't know what was going on. I thought there was like a fly or something that was like trying to land on my head. So now I'm going to go in, and I'm just going to do the top of my head. I did brush my hair beforehand, so that's why you guys don't see a hairbrush. But when I do my part, like when I part my hair, I personally like a messier part. I don't typically like a very clean cut, like straight line for my parts. I don't know. I just have always been like that. And then I'm going to just curl the back of my head. And then like you see, as I get closer, these hairs will typically get curled away from my face. So when I get to the crown of my head, what I like to do is I like to take my curls, and I like them to kind of start right around the temples. So I leave quite a bit of a gap. As you guys can see, I'm only going to curl about 2 inches of it. And then I'm going to set the front part of my hair, because this part of my hair will lie flat like within an hour. So I'm like, I got to set that baby really good. So for the front section of my hair, I will take that 2-inch barrel, and what I'll do is kind of flip it over, and then that'll kind of help give me a little bit of volume, especially if your hair lies flat or if it's long. Sometimes it's kind of hard to get volume, if you guys know what I mean. So this kind of just helps kind of revamp that part, and you can tease it and stuff, but I'm not going to go into all that because it's just every day. We're just going out. We just want to look a little put together. So that is the final look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys all in my next video. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.